the conservatives that you're talking about are mostly basing their argument on teachings from the Bible and not
And that is a choice. They can choose to believe in the Bible or not.
They can choose that, but I don't think the Bible, well, I don't know, but your argument is a choice versus a non-choice.
Anti-homosexuality is not in the Bible. It refers to one reference by a letter that talked about homosexuality. So
look, and that's not what I'm arguing.
I know, but I'm saying
you're speculating, which we had this discussion earlier.
I'm not speculating at all.
You don't know what their argument is, right?
Yeah, they're saying that we're a Christian organization. We believe in God. God is the foundation of the Boy Scout, and homosexuality is wrong based on our religion.
That is exactly what I just said, and you said no, that they're basing it on homosexuality being a choice versus being black not a choice.
Right, but
they're basing it solely on religion.
Yeah, which is wrong, because I made my argument because religion is a choice. What I'm saying is that why blacks are protected versus homosexuality, which is not protected in many cases.
Well, now we're talking about the government's role in this.
No, we're talking about private organization. Well, yeah, because the government has come out and said certain private organizations can exclude people from private organizations based on certain criteria.
Right.
One is, sex, religion, creed, blah, blah, blah.
Are girls allowed in the Boy Scouts?
No, they're not. And that's an interesting thing. I was going to bring this up. Well, look at the masters at Augusta. They don't allow women in the private golf club.
They do now.
No, they don't.
They do.
No, they don't.
Condoleezza Rice is a member now.
When did that happen?
Just last month or so. They sure did. Condoleezza Rice and somebody else. They have 2 or 3 now, or maybe more.
A black female in there?
Well,
that's even more incredible.
You're going to do it. You got to do it all the way, right?
I won't say the word token, but what, did I just say that?
You said it, and that's not what I was going for, but okay.
When did they change that? Because I remember just...
I happen to like Condoleezza Rice
during
quite a bit.
I do too. And her dad was pretty cool too, from what I've heard. But anyways, my point, I don't have a point, but...
When did they change it?
Yeah, when did they change it? Because during the Masters, they were still talking about the argument about letting women into the Augusta clubhouse.
Yep, they sure were.
Okay. Did they do it under a legal thing, or did they just decide that, they were
they're a CEO or leader?
Or they were going to lose any kind of challenge?
The big thing that I saw, IBM is a huge sponsor of the Masters.
Okay.
IBM just recently got a new CEO.
And they kind of put pressure on them, saying if
the new CEO of IBM is a woman.
Yeah, okay. And
they always gave the CEO.
I remember hearing something about that.
Yep. It was, let's see, club was founded in 1932. This is an article from August 21st.
Okay.
So it's been within the last 2 months. They added their first woman.
Khakis. Pretty much my favorite pants.
I like khaki, too. All right, so... that even helps support my case. So the thing is, does the Boy Scout have a leg to stand on by excluding gays for any particular reason? And what would that reason be?
Well, there's another layer here that we've sort of discussed, and your question is, do they have a leg to stand on? And the other layer is, should they have a leg to stand on?
No, let's talk about both.
As far as I'm concerned...
One's moral and one's legal.
No.
Yeah, the U.S. Supreme Court has already said they can exclude whoever they want if they meet a certain criteria.
But is that ruling right? Do we agree with that ruling?
Well, there's right and there's legal.
Right, and there are two different things. Look, Obamacare was ruled constitutional. It's not.
What?
It's obviously not. Obamacare? That's just an example of the Supreme Court making a ruling that's incorrect.
Well, based on a very narrow point of law that they looked at.
Based on definitions.
It's going to be challenged again.
Anyway.
It's based on the tax versus the fine.
That's not the point. The point is, just because it's been ruled doesn't mean we can't discuss it, disagree with it, and try to change it. My thought is, a private organization should be able to do pretty much whatever they want as far as excluding people from their membership.
That's a philosophical viewpoint.
It's an ideological viewpoint
of a private organization be able to do what they want.
It is, and that's not the reality.
Well, no. Well, that's a whole nother argument. I mean, I mean, there's some people that would argue, listen, if I want to have a business and I want to exclude black, Jewish, two-headed female lesbians, that they have every right to do that.
I don't think many people would challenge that.
Why?
There's not too many two-headed.
All it takes is one.
I don't know any.
But my point is, then they should be able to exclude that.
Yes.
Other people are saying, well, wait a minute. The government has an obligation to make sure that we have a certain equality that's applied to everyone across the spectrum within our country, in our society.
Look at how much money the Americans with Disability Act has cost companies. I mean, that's the sort of thing that we really don't want the government involved in. Society will handle that. If there's a need or a demand for something, the private sector will handle it. They're the most qualified to handle it. If there was a need for a gay Boy Scout organization, there would be one created. And with the numbers I see and the numbers I've heard you say of the percentage of gays we have in this country, I'm surprised that
that's
doesn't
a viable
exist.
Organization.
I'm surprised it doesn't exist.
Well, Big Gay Al did it on South Park, but
yeah,
anyways,
I mean,
no,
that's
he
reality.
got kicked out.
Well,
but anyways, yeah, but based on that philosophy, we'd still have slavery.
No, I don't think we would.
We would.
I don't think we would.
Why?
It would have been handled, and it was handled. I mean, that was an extreme. It sort of kind of led to a civil war. That's not exactly what the Civil War was about.
Not exactly. It was state rights.
Yeah, it was.
So you would have had certain states that would have still had slavery. Now, if anyone out there listening is a student of history, slavery would have been abolished worldwide in another probably 30 or 40 years anyways, because that was the trend worldwide, and we could have avoided a lot of bloodshed. But regardless, no, that's true. I mean,
it's true. It would have been another 30 or 40 years of slavery in this country.
But we could have probably saved, hundreds of thousands of lives, and
but
who knows what kind of world the place would have been in the United States. But anyways, we're getting off topic a little bit. So, getting back to this, what should the Boy Scouts do? Should they be allowed to exclude gays?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, to me, it really is as simple as that.
Okay.
If
gays wanted to start an organization on scouting, they are free to do that, right?
They sure are, and exclude straight people if they want.
Yeah.
Now, based on all of the arguments that I hear, which tend to not be the truth, look at Chick-fil-A, but they're the most tolerant people in the world, so they wouldn't exclude straight people.
Who wouldn't?
Gays, in general.
Oh,
the
no.
gay rights movement
no, absolutely not.
is not a bit tolerant like they claim everybody else should be.
Yeah.
Their toleration is if you don't agree with them, then you're intolerant, and that's an interesting thing. But
and it would be interesting to see a gay Boy Scouts emerging that tried to exclude straight people and how they would handle that.
Who would handle it? The government and all?
No,
the straight people or the
gay Boy Scouts. If they said, all right, we're only going to have gay people, how would that work out? Well, wait a minute. That'd be like the NCAACP and the Black Caucus.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't. Well, the Black Caucus, I think you do have to be I think you have to be black to be in that, I would assume.
Why?
The NAACP.
What, really? When did that happen? Did they change that? Is this very much like Augusta?
The NAACP.
And they just recently
I don't
allowed
know what their membership requirements are. No. Yeah, I won't.
Go ahead.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I've got
Chicken. Huh. Oh boy. Okay.
I would just be willing to create a promotional video of the gay Boy Scout group, on a camping trip, starting fires or
Roasting weenies. Oh, I'm sorry.
Nope, that is not where I was going.
Anyways. Yeah, I know. Oh, you're booing.
Yeah, no, I mean,
when you bastards turn on me
I think
out here.
that was quite intolerant, but
It was.
I mean, we have a pretty good audience. They're quiet.
They are pretty good until we say something they don't like, and then, boy, they let us have it. We're not going to be politically correct on the show.
No, we're not.
And we're going to catch all kinds of flack. Listen, we have lives, we have to go to work, and we have moms and dads that hate us and stuff for things that we say. But anyways, I need another drink, honey. Can you give me another scotch?
Just call the waitress, honey. They don't appreciate that.
He didn't seem to mind.
You know what's
What? That's good. Wow, it's awfully quiet out here.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
All right. I think we should just continue to go with this. Now, what about...
Have you ever seen a train wreck in person?
I'm seeing one now.
Here
All
it
right.
is.
All right. So, how do we wrap this up now? Philosophically, I believe that the Boy Scouts as a private organization should be able to do whatever they want. If they want to keep just white people, if they want to keep just black people, if they want Jews or Muslims, they should be able to do that. In the federal government and the states governments have absolutely no business getting involved in that. On the other hand, the moderate liberal side of me says that's just wrong because, people are people and humanity is humanity. Mm-hmm. And homosexuality, I don't think, is a choice. Now, people are going to disagree with that, and that's fine. Again, I've mentioned this, that there's certain biology that is tending to show that homosexuality is not a choice, but a particular development of genes and biology and development of fetuses in the womb and all kinds of stuff. I don't know. Nate's laughing over here. I don't know. So I don't think that homosexuality is a lifestyle. I think it's just as much a part of you as being blue-eyed or blonde-haired or being born with 3 legs. Did I really compare homosexuality with being born with 3 legs? I
yes,
think I did. I did.
You did, but with your argument, that's valid.
Really? Valid. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I would think so. If you're born with it,
All right.
Then
So it shouldn't be held against you, and you shouldn't be discriminated against your biology, right?
Yeah, I heard a statistic.
Holy smokes! Ooh. All right. Honey, fetch my gun.
Well,
all right. We're probably going to edit.
That's all the time we have today. Okay. No, that really is all the time we have. I want to thank you for bearing with us It
Oh,
got a little crazy there.
it did.